Hello and welcome to the interview here on France 24. My guest today is Fatou Bensouda, the chief prosecutor of the International Criminal Court. She joins us via satellite from the United Nations headquarters in New York. Thank you very much for being on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Mrs. Bensouda, 3 African countries have not only announced but begun the proceedings of withdrawals from the International Criminal Court, the ICC. The countries are Burundi, your native Gambia, and South Africa. And so this begs the question, is this the biggest crisis that the ICC has gone through?
I do not see this as a crisis, and I don't think it is a crisis. It is the challenges that the court will face because of the important work that we are doing. And withdrawing or joining the ICC is a sovereign act that states can take. It doesn't mean that the ICC is going to close down today or tomorrow. We will continue with the work the important work that we have been mandated to do of investigating and prosecuting these crimes. Of course, any action that is taken by any state to withdraw from the Rome Statute, as I said, is a setback for the movement of having this international criminal justice system to be in place, and the fight against impunity and the fight for accountability. So this is a setback for the system as a whole, but I do not see it as a crisis. There are still many states that are committed to the ICC that want to see this international criminal justice project work. Even in Africa, we have seen African states are also renewing their commitment to the ICC, renewing their commitment to the fight against impunity and accountability.
That begs the question, though, are you fearing that other African countries could follow suit? We've heard criticism from countries such as Uganda, Kenya, which of course had a very public fight with the court and with you especially. I mean, are you fearing that there could be other countries that will use the same argument, namely that the court is a court that is racist and going only after Africans?
As I said, the accusation that is made against the ICC is not valid. It has no, it's not backed by the relevant facts. I've said this several times. The cases that we are handling in Africa is those ones mainly that have been referred to the court by African states themselves who want to see accountability and justice for these atrocity crimes. These are very serious and grave crimes which we see has several thousands and thousands of victims of these very serious crimes, and it is important that the victims feel that justice is being done and that the crimes that they suffer is being addressed by the ICC. Of course, the criticisms are there. As I said, it's not backed by the relevant facts, but still, there are states in Africa that are committed to the ICC, that have renewed their commitment, and that are supporting the ICC.
So you don't expect further withdrawals from Africa? You think that was it?
It is, I do not know. It's very difficult for me to say that there are other states who are going to withdraw. It is definitely a possibility because we have seen the rhetoric that has been being formed against the ICC, but I still want to look to the brighter side, which is that just 2 days ago in the general debate at the Assembly, several African countries have also renewed their commitment and renewed their support for the ICC.
I want to get to one of the countries that withdrew. Obviously, South Africa is maybe the biggest symbol, but for you personally, Gambia, your country, your president was supportive of the ICC only very recently, and the government has come out with very stinging criticism. It puts you in an awkward position, doesn't it?
Well, I see Gambia as, of course, I am very proud to be a Gambian. But I see Gambia as any other state party in the Rome Statute. Currently, I am an independent prosecutor that have been elected by over 100 states to lead the prosecutor's office of the ICC. And as I said, with any state that leaves the ICC, withdraws from the ICC, I see it as a setback for the court.
But isn't this a personal attack against you that the country that essentially put your candidacy forward is now withdrawing from the ICC?
I do not see it as a personal attack against me. As I said, I was elected. Of course, I'm a Gambian, and Gambia has supported my candidacy, which I am grateful for. But I was elected by 120 states to be the prosecutor of the ICC. As I'm sitting here as the prosecutor, I'm representing over 100 states in this institution. So the fact that Gambia has withdrawn could be any other state that has withdrawn from the ICC. And personally, I don't see it as an attack against me. The institution, the ICC, was established by states parties voluntarily joining the Rome Statute Treaty and establishing the court. And all the states parties, part of the court, should see this as a challenge that has come to the court and something that we should all work together to have that dialogue and go forward with it.
Right. I mean, obviously, the criticism relies on the fact that of the 10 formal investigations currently underway, 9 are in Africa. The only exception to that rule, I mean, I wouldn't call it maybe a rule, is Georgia. There are reports, however, that one of the preliminary investigation that has been opened back in 2007, namely in Afghanistan, could soon become a formal investigation that would examine crimes committed by the Taliban, Afghan security forces, but also U.S. personnel. Is this about to happen?
It is not a policy of my office or myself to be commenting on media speculations about the situation, any situation, and in this particular case, about the situation in Afghanistan. There is a report on Afghanistan and other situations that are under preliminary examinations that is currently existing since 2015, and the office is going to produce another report which will come out maybe in a week's time on the situation, and I would just want to refer you to that report about what we say about the various situations under preliminary examination, including the Afghanistan situation.
So this report could actually say that there will be a formal investigation. You don't rule it out.
As I said, the report is coming out. I would like to refer you to that report to wait to see. What I can say about the situation currently is that we have advanced significantly in the preliminary examination in that particular situation of Afghanistan. But I would want to refer you to the report when it comes out.
Just the last country I want to talk about, because the situation is tense, getting tenser, is the Democratic Republic of the Congo. There were some grave incidents in the capital, Kinshasa, in mid-September, where, according to the UN, up to 50 people were killed. You issued a statement. You even sent a team on the ground, basically saying the situation is raising serious concerns. How concerned are you, and how much is the court willing to intervene, maybe to prevent further violence in that country?
Of course, the situation in the Democratic Republic of Congo continues to be monitored by my office. As you have rightly said, I have made a statement expressing my concern. I have also sent a team on the ground to also collect information and speak to the various parties who are involved in the situation. And we will continue to monitor the situation. Of course, you will recall that the Democratic Republic of Congo is still being investigated by my office, And if there is the necessity for my office to take action, we will not hesitate to do so.
Just very last question, Mrs. Bensouda. Given all the criticism, those withdrawals from the ICC, has it gone through your mind at some point to say, okay, this is too much, I'm not willing to continue, I'm getting too much criticism for being the chief prosecutor of a court that is being so criticized in Africa?
Not at all, not at all. I believe that the work that the ICC is doing, the role that I'm playing as chief prosecutor of the International Criminal Court is too important to allow it to fail. And it does not cross my mind at all that I should give up on my job and not to stand for the victims of these particular crimes. You see, what really I see absent all the time in this big debate and criticisms of the ICC is the fact that there are victims of these crimes. And these are very serious crimes, war crimes, crimes against humanity, and genocide. And these victims, so far that we are working in Africa, are also African victims. They deserve justice. They deserve to know that they can at least look up to an institution that will give them justice, that will stand for them. And it is therefore the responsibility of the court that has been created by the international community, by over 100 states, to fight against impunity. And my role as prosecutor of the International Criminal Court is to ensure that that dream, the accountability, that the justice that the victims deserve for me to see that this is delivered. And I will continue to do so with all determination that I have set for myself and for my office, and I will do this without fear or favor.
Fatou Bensouda, thank you very much for taking some of your precious time to answer our questions. And thank you for watching this edition of the interview here on France 24.